Oh, yes, hi, and welcome to the Dark Knight Conspiracies, episode 61. We are living in Bizzaro world. Well, what is Bizzaro world? For those of you that don't know, in the Superman comics, there was an opposite of Superman who lived on another Earth that was the complete opposite, where evil was good and good was evil. And if you're a Seinfeld fan, you know all about the episodes of Bizzaro Jerry and all that stuff, so I won't get into it. But I thought, given everything that's gone on these last couple of weeks, I thought I would just open up with this little clip.
Now, what shall we talk about?
Yes, what shall we talk about? Well, let's do a quick recap of the news from this week. Got a lot of stuff to go through, so I'll try and go through it as quickly and painlessly as possible. So we had a lot of things going on this week. We had the 3.5 infrastructure bill. We had the 1.2 infrastructure bill. Then we had the keeping the government open, as the deadline was September 30th. Then we had the whole debt ceiling thing. You know, these last two things we keep going through. Every administration. And this is amazing that, again, this is all just political folly, political show. But what I get pissed off about here, this was the perfect opportunity for the Republicans to stand together and shut this effing thing down. And 15 Republicans ended up breaking the lines, and one of them just really, I liked watching this guy. I really thought he was a good guy. This Senator Kennedy from Louisiana always had a good, funny line. And I'm sure his excuse is going to be because he needed hurricane relief in Louisiana. You know, sometimes you got to take one for the team. This just pisses me off. They could have stopped this thing, and you have Biden in the White House. Dems hold the House. Dems hold the Senate. How on earth could they twist this and blame the Republicans when they have the majority to get these things passed? And they haven't done anything for 9 months. And this Mitch Huawei McConnell, and you know what I'm talking about if you know who he's married to. I'll just leave it at that. You know, just quite frankly, I'm really not surprised. But I really thought, you know, we were heading for, you know, the shutdown. And, well, you know, a lot of people out there were touting it. They said, oh, this was it. This was the one. And I'm gonna go to the old famous board. And here it is. I have a question. 10 Days of Darkness. When? Shutdown. Now, why I'm bringing this up? Because it's interesting that the bill that they passed now expires on December 3rd of this year. Don't get it confused with the reports you're hearing about December 2022. That's the debt ceiling. They have not done anything about that yet. That's what this is all tied into. Basically, what they voted on was to keep the government going and make sure everybody got their paychecks. You know, we don't need the government to run. States are capable of running without the government's help. And for all you people out there that want to say, oh, these people, they're not going to get paychecks. Unlike normal people in their normal jobs, these people get back pay when they go back to work. They get everything for not working. Think about this. If there's a shutdown for 30 days and these people aren't allowed to work, on top of probably getting unemployment, when they come back to work, they get that 30 days of back pay for not doing a damn thing. And we're paying for it. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because now everybody's going to say, oh, December 3rd, this was posted December 6th, 2017. Stop it. Stop it. We got to stop doing this predicting of when something's going to happen. This is just like Nostradamus. It's until it happens and until it comes true, you can't go back and say, okay, this is what this meant. Because like some of this stuff, we have no idea. You know, this post could mean 7 years from now. Right? Because what did we see in 2018? A lot of people thought it was going to be 2018. What happened? What did they do in December of 2018? Well, the Dems controlled the House, right? They shut the government down, thinking the Republicans were going to get blamed for it. Ultimately, who got blamed for it? The Dems. This is why this frustrates me. Why these Republicans just didn't abstain. I think there were 2 Democrats that didn't vote for this, and it might have been Manchin and Sinema again, don't know, but that's besides the point. So then we go to the infrastructure bills. Now again, I'm going to go back to, they control the House and the Senate. Why can't they get stuff passed? So supposedly now they're blaming it on Manchin and Sinema, and I just want to go back, you know, the board and the team man always said the Senate was the key. This is one time I'll give it to them. The Senate was the key because now you got 2 Democrat senators that are holding this thing up. And on top of it, they're trying to tie the 1.2 trillion into the 3.5 because you got the squad in Bernie Sanders' camp. They're not going to vote on the 1.2 until they get the 3.5 voted on. This is just, what happened to this? Oh, Democrats can walk and chew gum at the same time? No, they can't. No, they can't. But what's interesting that's come out in this, and I got a lot of stuff to go through still, and you can go through and research. There's something interesting in this 3.5 trillion bill. I believe it's on page 168 of the bill, which I find it hard to believe nobody in government has brought this up. Well, hidden in there is tied to the 1970 labor law, where they're trying to make it into law with these mandates. And the fines would be 10 times what the fines are in the 1970 labor law, which is where you're getting the 700,000 from. This is what they tried to sneak in there. And just to show you that one of 2 things, either nobody in Congress is reading these bills, or they've read them, know what's in it, and they're not speaking out against this. Why do you think OSHA hasn't come out and said anything yet? It's not a law. So for all you businesses out there, and we're starting to see people are getting fired. Nurses, Massachusetts police are stepping down. People aren't going to It's about time people start saying enough is enough with this stuff. So you're going to cripple the health industry now. So when you hear these hospitals are overridden, no, they're not. They don't have staff. Yeah, they're overridden because they don't have the staff that they normally would to support all the empty beds that they got. So just keep that in mind. So just some other tidbits of the week. Biden's education secretary. Parents should not be primary stakeholder in their kids' education. What the F is going on? I'm telling you, I keep going back to my previous episode. I really think we've been transported to another planet because we are not on our normal planet. This is what I mean by Bizzaro world. Are you kidding me? And people are going to buy into this stuff? You know, I keep saying all this stuff is a distraction, in my opinion, because it's just too much going on. But a distraction from what? Because it's hard to focus and pinpoint. There's a bigger picture here that we're not being told. And we can go down the rabbit hole, and a lot of people can say, well, you know, it's about this. Well, it's about the audits, you know, and it's about that. There's a bigger global picture going on here. Because some of the things you're not hearing about if you go around the world. Why is China having a power problem? Just asking the question. Look, I don't have the answer for this stuff. Why all of a sudden is this coming up? I mean, I know China is hurting financially and economically. Interesting. Here you got Rocket Man. He's fired his second missile. How many missiles did he fire during Trump? Just asking the question. What's going on here? Banks around the world suffering big outages. Blaming it on DDoS attacks. You know, the whole cyber stuff going on. Again, I think there's something bigger going on here. All this stuff is not coincidental. And I'm sure you know about the volcano in La Palma in Spain. That's at least been covered in the news. And now we got another one. Now we got a Hawaii volcano erupting. All kinds of stuff going on here. It's hard to stay focused on one thing, but I do think everything is a distraction from what is really going on. What it is, I couldn't tell you. I could theorize a lot of things. We're definitely living in a crazy time. Some could go down the Revelation Road, Tribulation Road. Some could go down. Stuff's going on behind the scenes. I'm kind of getting tired of that stuff because, you know, my thing is, at some point, we need start giving us something. We need to be told some stuff. And Durham stuff came out again this week. I left that one out. You know, when this is all said and done, if it's all said and done, I think we're going to be left with a huge quandary, and that's going to be, we can't trust anybody. Both sides are doing it. I mean, the deep state side, they've been doing it for centuries, hiding everything from us. Well, whatever you want to call them, the good guys, the white hats, the T-man, they're doing the same thing. Oh, you can say, they gave us the board and this and that. Well, you got to be a rocket scientist to figure that stuff out. The average person, they're not going to get anything out of that. So I don't know where all this transparency is, but crazy stuff going on here. And then I'm gonna just kind of sum things up here, because the board is famous for this, and there's several individuals talking about pain and drip, 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 and the T-man, he's gonna make these people feel pain. And this is all being done on purpose to make them feel the pain. And for all them people out there, I got one question for, actually several questions, but I'll frame it like this. Personally, I think the pain is for the people. I think it was meant for the people to feel the pain. And the reason I say that is evil doesn't feel pain. They don't feel remorse. They don't have a soul. They don't have a conscience. They don't care about people. They don't care about anything but themselves. So how can you inflict pain on people without feeling? You can't. Trust me, they're not feeling pain. They may be panicking. They may be trying to, keep their power. But trust me, they're not feeling a damn bit of pain, because they're incapable of it. So I hope the people out there that are preaching that take that into consideration. The pain was meant for us, not for them, because we're the ones feeling it. We're the ones getting frustrated day in and day out. We're the ones getting angry, looking at all this news and how governments can't do anything. Ask the people in Australia, who do you think's feeling the pain there? It certainly ain't their government. What about France? Who's feeling the pain there? The U.S., who's feeling the pain? It's not the deep state. It's not the bad people. And I'll leave it at that for that rant. So I just want to remind people, for those of you on BitChute, if you want to see some of my past episodes, I'll leave a link to my YouTube channel where they're all there until at some point they take me down, because the censorship's coming. And I encourage everybody, leave comments, open discussions. Hey, if you've got a topic you want me to cover on a future show, hit those like buttons, subscribe, share with your friends. It'd be appreciated. So that's the show for tonight, and I'm sure I left a lot out, because I always do this off the cuff. But as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay vigilant, be prepared, and God bless everybody. And until next time, same bat channel, Zebra 3, take us home.